What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Investor Central Club. I'm your reluctant adult supervisor, Max Pitts. And this isn't financial advice, by the way. This is financial storytelling. Because at this point, the markets are a comedy now. But make sure you like and subscribe before your broker emails another volatility reminder that you're going to get on Tuesday morning. Now, the theme of the week was risk hedges on momentum pockets ripped. Metals, healthcare, select tech, and industrials. We leaned into relative strength, trimmed vertical moves, and took bases at levels. Clean execution, outside pops where the tape said go, and sold into rips like civilized adults. Now let's start off with our big banger of the week. UNH, $300 calls. This was called out by one of our members, Ducky. He saw a nice $174,000 in profit, or over 1,000%, and another $126,000 in profit, or 867%. And no, I understand you might think that's a typo, but it's not. Ducky is a goat, so what did you expect? And that's a call your accountant week, by the way. Why it worked? Well, managed the care bid plus defensive rotation while rates are starting to cool off here. You could practically hear XLV humming Enya at this point. Now, our next big winner is going to be that BA, Boeing, everybody's favorite plane company that is out there in these streets er day, shorty. Because why take the bus, by the way, when you can just take beta in this case? We went ahead and caught the industrial squeeze on 225 calls here. Chemo, our CEO, is actually a huge Boeing bull, has been in it for quite some time at this point, and the room has been following his every move, and we're finally starting to get that upward momentum back. We closed at 107% on these, and that's after an 80% day. Why? The order book chatter plus rate relief equals a beta snapback in this case. BA is that friend who's amazing at parties and a little terrifying on weekdays. Great for squeeze headlines, but it also can make it moody if the wrong news comes out at the wrong time. Keep BA on a leash and make sure you scale your wins. Respect the new risks with this and make sure you look at their order book because that will be a key to their upward and continuing success. Now, the next one, we have FCX here. Yeah, this was another banger. And yes, I found this through my unusual theory where I believe that when you see a high amount of volume against a little amount of open interest and the chart lines up, it is going to set up for something like this. A copper bid on reflation whispers here. It's like the market's way of saying we still believe in shovels and wires. FCX calls went to 402% at open, and miners outran the metal, as they do when hope exceeds geology at this point. So just another example of if you play the chart and you play the momentum and follow the money, well, guess what? You will probably end up with, well, money in your pocket. Now, the next thing we had up was EQX. Yep, EQX here. Equinox Gold Hedges Rose Gold Complex bid. We took the base hit at resistance. This is something we've been in quite some time, by the way. I'm still in this. It did see over 170%. It's actually at 200% at this point from my original entry. So that is one thing to keep in mind here. But luckily, we had a member be able to hit for about 113% or realized gains of about $3,450 here. Sometimes it's a clean two-bagger and go home, and that's what EQX is looking like. We've been in this since about early September. It's been pretty much chilling at about over 100%, and then we saw a nice squeeze to over 200% into that position now. So if you were able to get on that rocket between now and then, yeah, you probably get a nice 113% gain like our member did here. Now, next up, we have DELL, because who doesn't love some AI server action, right? Again, that's the biggest meta in America right now. So why would we cut it short at the knees? Well, guess what? We have realized profit of about $1,340 or a 319% gain in this. The AI server narrative plus margin optimism trade, we sold into extension here because, well, parabolas are great until gravity remembers your name. 319% realized. Do not confuse momentum with marriage, by the way, because Dell is not the fastest mover. It is a pretty slow mover, and it's pretty heavily news based. Like, you got to hear some good news from Dell in order to start seeing some of those gains. We love AI until it prices in the singularity by Tuesday, though. Now, the last one, we have the add money to slow grind here. TTD, yeah, the trade desk, aka please keep buying ads. We like money. Ad spend resilience plus channel checks. It's a slow grind higher with this one. I know a lot of people have been in this and are still kind of just sitting in this waiting for it to make a move. But hey, it's finally starting to get some kind of work in. We had a $51,000 gain from, again, the GOAT himself, Ducky, in this case. And I'll take that boring that pays, because sometimes 15% is a win, especially if you're scaled in properly. Long dated calls, let compounding do HR, basically. So that is how we played TTD. And then we had our small cap, the little guy, Poet. And no, I'm not talking about that corny guy who used to sing you songs in the quad in high school. We're talking about small cap semi momentum and a breakout oversupply here, folks. And suddenly everyone's a photonics expert. We had a 65.79% open, after a 65% day. So pretty solid closeout on this. Respect liquidity, plan exits, and, well, leave emotion for your girlfriend or that special woman who's having her time of the month. And at the end of the day, just take your money, because scared money don't make money, but also dumb money loses money. So make sure you're always making a green trade green. Don't let a green trade go red, as Milky Filky would say. Now, the playbook, how we traded this. So first things first, flow first, chart second. We followed large lot call sweeps in healthcare and metals, then let the chart confirm it. Tape tells you who's voting. Price tells you who's winning. Trim vertical moves. We scaled DELL and EQX into strength. Again, EQX, I called that out, I think, around 9.8, I want to say. So it's been quite some time. So you had time to scale in and out of that trade for a while. And then we kept runners on BA and UNH. Leave some to trend, but don't donate to the round trip, because a jet to holiday, no, we're not doing that here. We are not Spirit Airlines. Respect risk events. We size so gaps can't wreck the week. We rolled winners forward when IV spiked. Think of IV as a tax. Pay when the road is worth it. All right. Now, discipline isn't sexy, though, I know, until you compare P&Ls here. Now, what's next? Well, metals, ride the trend while copper holds higher lows. Trim rips, buy the pullbacks, the tours skip. On the defensive front, stock UNH XLV dips. If rates behave, the managed care bid isn't done yet. On the industrials front, keep BA on a short leash. It's a fantastic for squeeze, but it gets headline whiplash constantly. Trade the move, not the myth. And then tech, favor AI infrastructure right now. I know everyone's talking about AI technology. Well, infrastructure is that next key piece with AI moving forward. So that is what you'll want to look into. Sell your extensions, and the narrative doesn't negate gravity here. It's all about what is going to happen next in tech. And as long as you are following the trend of what's happening next, then you will typically be safe. Same brain, new week. We're going to follow the money, validate the level, and scale the win. So if you want these trades, however, if they like when they happen in real time, make sure you join Investor Central Club today. Come for the flow, stay for the sarcasm and the fun vibes and community. We do live streams every day. We do recaps every week. We have chat rooms with multiple analysts that are giving call outs, and it's a great place where you can really learn how to read options flow. The links will be below. Smash that like button, sub for more receipts, and drop a comment with your favorite ticker to bully lovingly next episode. I will see you guys next week. This will be a new series that we're starting. It'll be a weekly series that I'm making. So every Saturday or Sunday, I'll make this where I just go over the biggest gains from our community. Thank you guys for, again, being here, being a part of our community. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Keep those gains tight and your buttholes tighter. Love y'all.